Good afternoon. My name is Nancy Zidunkwitz, and I'm speaking to you on behalf of Hunt, Texas today. I was at our river house in Hunt on July 4th. We're just down the road from Camp Mystic. My family has had property on the South Fork for nearly a century. My mother went to Camp Mystic, so did I. We've weathered many storms, but July 4th was completely different. Our home is 35 to 40 feet above the normal river water level, and by the time my father happened to wake up at 3 a.m., the water was already at the house, and we had no warning. Within minutes, the water was already covering the yard, which is how I injured my ankle, and we raced to our cars. We drove out onto Highway 39. There was nowhere to go. All the routes to higher ground on the other side of 39 are fenced, and the water was rising too quickly for us to try to make it to higher ground on foot. So we climbed on top of our cars, and then we climbed into cedar trees, and I had to help my 66-year-old mom. Our cars floated away soon after that. We ended up staying in the trees for several hours. We watched other cars shoot down the river and massive trees, and we just prayed and planned for what we would do if our tree was the next one to fall down. Several of our dear friends and neighbors lost their lives that night, people we've known for a lifetime, so we're actually very, very lucky. But our house was swallowed by the river. The community that we love has been devastated. Our house is now, stripped down to the studs. And so today I'm asking for your help because this community really needs help with recovery, and we need preparation for the next flood. Had there been early detection of the rising waters and sirens, we may have been able to leave in time to get to higher ground safely. I heard someone else say that they didn't think that that was necessary or would save lives in Hunt, and they are dead wrong. And frankly, that's offensive. There need to be more evacuation routes. There was no place to drive to on 39 that would have taken us down before it didn't take us up. So we need places to be able to drive that aren't private and fenced if we had that warning. More lives also could have been saved if people were able to warn their neighbors, but we have no self-service in Hunt. And when it comes to recovery, I specifically want to ensure that efforts focus on Hunt, which was the epicenter of the devastation, followed by Ingram. This is where the most lives were lost. This is where the most homes were lost. By the time we got to Kerrville, we were like, oh, we're finally safe. And so I really want to ensure you that, or want to plead for this city not to cannibalize the recovery funds and efforts just because there are more people who live in Kerrville. And I also do appreciate that people in Kerrville were affected, but I just want to emphasize the need to focus on Hunt and then Ingram. The permanent residents of Hunt obviously come first. They need housing assistance and mental health resources and help to rebuild their homes and businesses and lives. But you should also know that almost all of the riverfront homes on the South Fork are generational family vacation homes. These are the homes where people come to stay when they drop their kids off at local camps, and their families support the local businesses here, like Kreider's and the Hunt store, year after year for generations. We pay property taxes. We are part of this economy, and we are part of this community. And so these homes suffered the most damage, and families like mine don't know how we'll ever be able to afford to rebuild. And so because we're not eligible for FEMA funds, because many don't have insurance, it's a real question whether or not Hunt comes back if these homes also don't come back. So, thank you for listening today. I know that the state has the power to act right now, and so my ask of you is that you please prioritize this over everything else this special session. Please, we need your help now. And I know that the governor has the power to use emergency funds today, and this is an emergency. And with that, I will turn it over to my friend. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead. State your name, please. Sorry for your loss.